fries with that. Here we are, BullHorn on Friday, and we're going to be talking fast food, MCD, CMG, Yum, all these stocks trading near all-time highs. What are people on the stream talking about with that, Howard?
Well, they are talking about it. I mean, you've got all these dynamics at work. You've got a weakening U.S. dollar. You have people love American food around the world, just like our culture. You've got pressure on labor forces, which is good for these companies. And you have this incredible leverage of knowledge. For example, Chipotle was spawned by McDonald's, and so it's got all this executive knowledge and can grow fastly as it's done globally. So these companies are growing like never before.
Definitely. No, and a great point about American culture. I saw just this morning, Friday morning, Darden Restaurants, which owns Olive Garden and Red Lobster, announced a deal where they're going to bring some of their chains to the Middle East of all places. So moving on to maybe the ultimate momentum stock right now, Baidu. Instead of everyone referring to Baidu as the Chinese Google, we might have to start calling Google the American Baidu. What are people on the stream talking about here?
A lot of happy people. I think, even though there are people that have been short the stock, I think the most small retailers have realized this has just been one that they've either avoided or had fun with to the long side. Very hard to stay long a stock where you can't get much information about. And obviously we don't read or speak Chinese 99% of the stream. So it's hard to really get behind this from a motivated standpoint, but the stock is up 150% since January when Google pulled out of China.
Right.
So basically, they've just had a free run. And if you believe in search and you believe in social, it seems like Baidu has pretty much a monopoly, at least in the press and the media and the institutionalized.
Right. So it sounds though that you're a little worried. Do you just not have a position in it, or bull bear? What would you be doing with Baidu right now, or maybe even some other secondary online China plays like a Sohu or a Sina, for example?
I own C-Trip, which is in the travel sector. I can hands around that, but generally I avoid China. I'm still very bullish on American companies. If China's that big, the American companies, like you said, like McDonald's, Chipotle's, Darden's, just an easier way to play it, a little more reliable and easier to understand the financials.
Right. All right. Well, wrapping up today's segment, one stock that inexplicably had a lot of momentum this week, Allergan, the maker of Botox. They got approval for using that treatment for migraines.
Well, listen, I think we can accuse the Fed of using Botox and the currency, and nothing lasts forever. Botox is an amazing drug. It's expensive, though, and it's not accessible to everyone. But migraines feels like a great use of the drug. For people that have had migraines, my heart goes out to you. Supposedly it brings grown men to their knees. So if we can solve a problem like that with a needle and a little fat, all the power to Allergan.
Just to your point, though, keep it away from Ben Bernanke and quantitative easing. So there we go. Have a great weekend.